Hello, Dr. Karen Kan here. Welcome to another edition of the Spiritual Medicine Digest. And this week we are talking about emotional body recalibration. Yes, that is what Source asked me to talk to you about. Now, if you have been really paying attention to your body, you may have noticed that there was some emotionality heaviness going on over the last week or so. And maybe it's not felt as heaviness by you, and that's great. For those of us who are sensitive to that and are feeling this recalibration, it has felt rather heavy and somewhat uncomfortable for many people. We can call it all sorts of things, whether that be, anger or triggering or depressed or whatever. People just have been reporting, sensitive souls have been reporting the last week or so has been rather challenging emotionally. But you know what? This does not mean it's a bad thing. When I asked Source about it, Source told me it's some sort of recalibration process. So when I think of the word recalibration or even calibration, I remember the days when I was a biochemist and we had very sensitive electronic equipment and scientific equipment that we had to recalibrate. Sometimes it was a pipette, sometimes it was some weighing device, sometimes it was a vortexing device. There were different kinds of equipment we had to recalibrate. And sometimes it wouldn't be that simple. There were a lot of moving parts to certain things. And even though I wasn't the one doing it, I was more or less like watching my mentor do it. It wasn't like overnight, if you know what I mean. Now, this, unlike many different things that we've experienced before, is not an overnight or even over 2-night process, seemingly. In fact, as of this recording, the average sensitive soul is going to be doing this recalibration over about a week. Now, we've already been doing some days of this, of course, but the average sensitive soul is going to take another 7 days or so to complete the recalibration. And it's one of the few times where with Topican healing, we can't or should not quicken the process. It is the length of time it is, and that's okay. We can accept that, and it's good to know because a lot of times we can quicken things and make things complete, and we don't have to go through as much stuff. Now, it doesn't mean that even though the recalibration process can last 7 days, for some will be shorter, some will be longer, it doesn't mean you have to suffer from any symptoms. What I highly recommend is the stillness through observing internal movement process, which I have in chapter 4 of my #1 best-selling book, Sensitivity is Your Superpower. So in that process, we actually feel the body and notice the energy or movement in the body. It's very simple, yet profound. In fact, when we're having some sort of emotional reaction, it can be easy just to try to play victim or blame someone or argument or be defensive. I know, I've done it, right? And it takes a little bit more awareness to be oh, right, go in the body. Okay, I feel a lot of energy, right? And be able to just notice it and accept it and allow it to be there. That is so powerful. Why? Because you're connected to the 0-point field in that space, and things can just easily go right through the singularity and shift. And the other thing you can do is ask for help. Now, I don't mean necessarily call 911, but your angelic 911, right? Or your spiritual 911. So you could actually just say, hey, source team, guide team, would love some help with lightening up these emotions. Or please help support this emotional body recalibration, whatever this is. Okay, help me see the light in this situation. Help me with forgiveness in this situation. Help me with this rage that I feel in this situation or this triggering, right? It's amazing how you have so many guardian angels and team members who are just waiting there for orders. They're like, okay, anytime now she's going to ask us. No, she didn't. Okay. All right. We're just going to wait here until she asks, right? It is amazing. When I have remembered, if I'm having a difficult situation, I know it's temporary, but at the same time, sometimes I do forget to ask for help. So if you don't remember, then they're kind of not supposed to necessarily impose their will on ours. So it's important for you to ask for that support. In asking for that support, it does not necessarily mean that they will fix the situation for you. So, for example, say, I don't know, say your brother is being really mean to your parents and you're just really mad at him and you want him to like stop being mean and start being a nice person. Okay. Well, to ask your God team, can you please make him stop being a mean person and be a nice person? It's not the kind of ask that they can actually fulfill on. But what they can do is if you ask, okay, I'm feeling really triggered and really angry at the situation. So I would love to feel peace. I would love to feel peace. I would love to be in a place where, I can be at peace with the situation, not take it personally, and not feel like I have to rescue my parents or whatever it is that's going through your mind. God team, spirit team, if you can please help me with regaining my peace as quickly as possible. And then they go, oh, that we can help you with, right? And what's really neat is when we can be in a more peaceful state, it doesn't have to be forced, okay? Sometimes you can decide to be angry for a certain period of time. I highly recommend you set a timer. When we get to that peace, and one of the ways we can is just feeling the energy in our body. So even if it's like, anger or triggering, when you're feeling the energy in the body and you're just focused on the feeling, the emotional content just kind of transmutates, just transforms automatically. It's actually a chapter in my Sensitivities or Superpower book, 𝗟𝗜𝗚𝗛𝗧, for negative emotion. So I've been practicing that on a regular basis, and it's been wildly successful for me. And the cool thing is, because we want to manifest a different reality, if we can stop reacting to the past, because yeah, that's the past. Oh, that minute right there, that was the past. Oh, 2 minutes ago, that was the past, right? If we stop reacting to that and we can be in peace, then we're in that place where we naturally manifest miracles, and then things start to shift in our lives, even for our loved ones, even though we didn't do anything except to work on ourselves, which is so exciting, isn't it? So this recalibration may take, like I said, those 7 days. What I'd like to do for you today as a 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗧 healing activation, if you would like to receive an activation and a mini healing, is to remove or release any resistance to the recalibration process and to kind of auto heal whatever might be blocking that recalibration process, or blocking it from being really as quick and easy as it can be for you specifically. So if you're interested in receiving, just make that intention. You'd like to receive a mini healing right now, I will go ahead and do the 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗧 healing activation. What I'd like to demonstrate for you is we can all get into the 0 point field together using the stillness through observing internal movements. 𝗟𝗏. Rub your hands together. This is optional. If you know how to do this already, you don't need this step. This is just to move the energy and the chi and the flow and increase it in the body so you can feel. Okay, and then you close your eyes if it's safe for you to do so. Just feel the energy from the hands. Sometimes you may feel it going up the arm, and then observe the rest of your body. Focus on it, feel it, follow the flow, see where that energy or movement goes. And if you want, you can open your eyes. If you don't feel it as much when you open your eyes, go ahead and close it again. I'm going to do several 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗧 healing activations, and what I encourage you to do is just feel your body through those activations, and then tell me later in the comments what that feels like for you. Okay, here we go. I now command that anything blocking this recalibration of the emotional body for you be completely healed and resolved in the highest and best way, all directions of time, with ease, speed, and grace. It is now commanded that anything that is preventing this recalibration process from being quick, fast, efficient, gentle, graceful, be healed now with ease, speed, and grace in the highest and best way, all directions of time. It's now commanded that any resistance to this emotional body recalibration, or resistance to experiencing anything that you're experiencing, be completely healed and resolved in the highest and best way, all directions of time, with speed, ease, and grace, and all timelines where you exist. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So just go ahead and just take a few breaths and feel the body And when you're ready, you can open your eyes if your eyes were closed, and you can definitely type in to the comments near this video on what that felt like in the body. I always love reading your comments and what that felt like to you. And if you have been going through some emotional ups and downs in the last week or so, I would love for you to share, if you're willing to share, what that's been like for you and maybe how you've been managing it yourself. Okay, what do I have next? Oh, yes, I have some announcements. So Light Warrior Radio, super excited. I know I say that all the time, but I really am, because I had this great interview with Dr. Kevin Krenitsky, and he's a medical doctor who wrote this amazing book called The Still Point, The Simplicity of Spiritual Enlightenment. And I usually read books very slowly because I get distracted. I only have X amount of time. And so I get through a book very, very slowly compared to most people in the spiritual space. However, this book, I think I motored through it because it was so compelling. He kind of does it in a Q&A kind of way, just like some of Eckhart Tolle's books. And I just find that really, really fast and easy to read. And so I was just gobbling this stuff up. And I got to tell you, like, some of the questions were a little spicy, and it's a question that I was like, yeah, answer that one, right? And he does with such grace, and it was wonderful. I absolutely love that book. So highly, highly recommend to pick up a copy of his book. I had the great fortune to interview him. So that's going to air on Monday the 12th at 12 noon Eastern. And what's really cool is for our light medicine community on Circle, Dr. Krenitsky has agreed to come on live for us for a Q&A. Oh my gosh, so excited. So definitely listen to the show first, and then we're going to schedule him in so we can go live in the community and really have, a back and forth conversation with all of you, and it's going to be fantastic, and he's so generous to lend his time to do that. So some of the things we're going to be talking about in the show that was previously recorded: what does "we are all one" really mean anyway? Why fighting for freedom doesn't work to bring about peace, whether karma or reincarnation actually exists, where addictions come from, and what is the direct approach to enlightenment he talks about in the book, and new insights into the ethics of eating meat-based or plant-based diets. Woo, spicy stuff. So if you're interested, definitely click that link on Monday at 12 noon to listen to the show. Of course, if you can't make it live, you can always click that link later because it is a pre-recorded show, and that replay will be there forever, as far as I know. And what other announcements do I have? Number one, the Healthy Habits, Healthy Life video that I did last weekend is about Shine and Dream, two new products from Lifeway, one of the companies that I'm a brand partner. These two products really help with hormonal balance in a new, I almost want to say quantum way, but in a brand new way. And I did a little webinar about that that's in the light medicine community, so you can check that out as well as this particular video that I did, kind of a short version on the Healthy Habits, Healthy Life. Also want to let you know that the 𝗪𝗚 Revolution package that I have, the one that the original interview was called Relationship Magic or Sensitive Souls. The package is called Relationship Healer Harmonizer, harmonizing all the different energetic relationships in your life to people, places, pets, pendulums, you name it. The package B, we are going to be starting our group healing sessions very soon, next week, in fact. So I've agreed to come back on 𝗪𝗚 Revolution on Wednesday the 14th at 4 p.m. Eastern to answer any questions, maybe do some mini healings, give you some more examples. And as things evolve, there are, new awarenesses that I have come to since the first interview just a number of weeks ago about these energetic relationships. And I'm going to be sharing some of these insights, including my insights on what happened to me in interdimensional travel and pain and all that kind of stuff in more detail. So check that out if you're available. Love to have you live on the show. 4 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday will be that Q&A. And then later on that week, we will be doing our first Package B group healing session. And I'm super excited about that. We'll have 4 live healing sessions, which will include all the material and healing in the Package A that's pre-recorded, plus the live group healing sessions where you get to submit your requests for healing, and we'll look, and I'm a big picture person, so I'll look for trends, and we will do a lot of extra group healing together. One of the few times that you get to participate in live group healings with me. Usually I don't do a lot of these except once or twice a year, so this will be a great opportunity to work directly with me in that setting. And the more love energy there is in a group, the better the results. And that's what I found. And that's one of the reasons why I have agreed to do some live group stuff, because I found when there's a lot of people on the calls that the healing occurs faster. The processing time is also faster. We get more profound effects rather than just one-on-one, interestingly. So, and if you haven't actually listened to that first interview with Darius and myself about relationship magic, I'll also put the link near this video as well, so you can listen to that, then come on the Q&A, and hopefully be with me on Package B for the relationship package, the Relationship Healer Harmonizer package. Okay, so that is my announcements for this week. There's some other things that we've included in some of our, newsletters, and like our Wednesday regular Health Freedom Tribe chat, as well as Topican Healing Level 1 mentoring. So I won't talk about that. It's kind of in our newsletters. Loved that you are here with me today. Again, remember to post a comment below. Let us know what that felt like in your body after and during and after the activation. And also, if you indeed have been feeling some emotional ups and downs or heaviness over the last week or so, and then what you've been doing to manage that. Would love to know. And I love, like I said, love reading your comments and really appreciate them very, very much. So until next time, I love to give you lots of love and hugs, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye for now.